Hello Scorpio, great to have you here. My name is Shauna. Today's reading is a general love forecast for November 2025. As always, take the messages that resonate and release anything that doesn't. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay connected with upcoming readings. Let's see what's headed your way, Scorpio. So Scorpios, welcome to your love, romance, and relationship reading. I'm going to do things in a little bit of a different format this month. I just want to expedite the process and give you as much information as I can in the time allotted for this video. So let me see. I feel like many of you have a new interest, love interest, that is proving to be quite stable. You know, it's somebody who's very reliable, who say what they mean and mean what they say. And I don't feel like there are communication problems and issues between you and this person, okay? And what that means is the communication flows very well. There is never any lack of like, I wonder what he meant by that. I wonder what she meant by that. Things are very clear cut, okay? What we have here, first of all, is the Princess of Wands. So this is a fire sign. And in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, this is the Page of Wands, okay? And this is somebody that is actually quite artistic. They might have like 2-3 jobs. They might have many talents, and they're generally very optimistic about the world. They see the best in people, and you know, they've been through a lot of experiences in their lives. I feel like it's somebody who has a lot of life experiences under their belt. And they also imbue the body, embody the energy of someone who is quite adventurous, eager to see and feel and experience new things. And I feel like the communication flows really well between you and this person. It's linked up with the Hermit. And the Hermit is what I call like a very old soul, okay? The Hermit is somebody that has a lot of wisdom, has a lot of good insights under their belt. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody who might be biologically, even if they're young, their soul is very old. They have, you know, concepts of right and wrong. They could be also very spiritual. They could also believe in, you know, They believe in the divine, and they believe in, you know, things such as karma. And so they try to live their life guided by their own moral compass, and they try to live their life that is live a life guided by, you know, the rules of the universe. Whatever goes around comes around. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is opening up your eyes to a lot of spirituality, okay? So the fire sign could be Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, and it could be their sun, moon, or rising. It's linked up here with the Ace of Cups in the reverse position. The Ace of Cups in the reverse position basically indicates a situation where this person might feel that the love is no longer there. They feel like the love has run out in the relationship. So if you're dealing with this person as a relationship partner, there is major reassessment here. You're probably asking, are they still in love with me? Are they still passionate about me? Are they still attracted to me? Are they seeing other people? Are they, you know, do they still want to have a relationship with me? So there's a lot of self-doubt that this person is bringing into the picture. And there are, you know, like insecurities that are kind of brewing up from your end. I do feel an element of like either physical, the Hermit is isolation. So I feel an element of like physical distance between you and this person. You could be, you know, living far away. It could be a long distance relationship. And then I also feel if it's not physical distance, you could be even in the same household, but there is a sense of like emotional estrangement from this person. Okay. What I'm feeling as well is if you've been together for a really long time, you know, for like 5-10 years, for example, sometimes the passion and the spark can go out of a relationship. And, you know, if you are, well, Scorpios and also this fire sign, if you're the types where you want a lot of, you know, constant attention, constant excitement, constant passion and chemistry, if you want things very intense, you might be having the self-doubt because the relationship itself, if it's been a long-term relationship, it might, the passion might fizzle out. It's natural. Once you're over that 3-month, 5-month honeymoon stage, the passion is going to subside a little bit. So I feel like because the passion is kind of subsiding, you're questioning these things. Are they, still interested in me? Do they still feel passion and chemistry towards me? Do they still love me? And I feel like some of you are asking for answers, like not physically asking the person that you're meant to ask. You need to ask them. You need to, raise these questions if you're curious, because I feel like the process where you're asking, it could be you're asking other people. It could be you're seeking therapy and you're asking your therapist. You could be seeking advice from a reader, a psychic, a medium, whatever it is, to ask about how your partner feels about you. And so if these questions are really of a major concern to you, I feel that you need to ask the person that it's intended for. Okay? So there's this energy about beating around the bush, going around in circles, and not voicing your deepest fears. So I feel that, you need to kind of redirect your energy and try to figure out, you have questions for this person, but you're looking elsewhere for answers. Does that make sense? And that's very unlike you, Scorpio. I mean, you have a tendency to be secretive, but I almost feel like you don't want to ask this person because you're fearful of the truth. They're showing up in the upright position. So I feel like they are very honest, very, very truthful. And so maybe you're not ready to hear the truth, so you don't want to approach them with this question. And that's fine. But, I feel like you honor the truth and you value the truth. So might as well just, get it done and over with and rip off that Band-Aid, okay? This concerns me a little bit with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, because I feel like it's a relationship that's already on its way out. There's still a lot of love, okay? There's still a lot of love. You might really care about the other person. They might have been a huge, I want to say like a huge chapter in your life. You might have spent, weather some really difficult times with this person. And as a result of it, you feel like it's like you have too much history. It's hard to let go of. But sometimes, you have to be really honest with yourself. Is it really love, or is it something else? Is it just affection? Is it just friendship? Is it just camaraderie? Or is it truly love? So that's where I feel like a lot of water signs can get very confused, and you might stay in a relationship because you care about the other person when the love is no longer there. And that's fine too. But I feel like you're with somebody here that's very outstanding, okay? I don't feel like they're deceitful. I don't feel they're dishonest. I feel that they're upright, but I also feel this person might be wanting more out of the relationship. They might be wanting more out of life, and they might be, they're afraid to lose you, but at the same time, I feel like they want more. So having this conversation with your partner might be meaningful for this month, okay? So what else is coming in for you guys here? So let's talk about this group. What I have here is the Nine of Swords. And this Nine of Swords basically indicates sleepless nights. Staying up very late at night, ruminating, replaying events, conversation, and things over and over and over and over again in your head. Okay? Why did this happen? Why am I not attracting the right people? And I feel like this might be an energy for singles out there. Why am I not meeting the right people? Why is my love life so, tragic? Okay? I'm going to wait for that card to pass. I apologize. It's a little bit loud. What's linked up with it here is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups basically indicates that many of you have taken the initiative, have, stepped out of your comfort zone in order to start dating, in order to meet new people, in order to expand your social life. I feel like the options that are coming in, they're okay. You're still having fun with a few people, but the one person that you really want, that whole package, the one person that can embody all the chemistry, all the love, all the passion, all the excitement, you just don't feel it with the people that you're currently dating. Okay. And I'm also feeling as well that you might have one person from amongst the group of people that you're dating. They're not 100% committing to you. They might have different options. They might be juggling two relationships. They might be in one relationship that they're not able to let go of. And they're also seeing you and they're trying to let go of their previous relationship, but I feel like it's not really coming in your favor. So I feel that for some of you, it's like your dating life, you're definitely getting out there. You're meeting great people. You have people vying for your attention, but you're also caught up with another person that might be juggling multiple options on the side, and you really want this person, but I feel like this person is not relationship material. Okay. And then on top of that, I feel like if you are dating an earth sign, there's this element here about an earth sign not being able to let go of their past in order to have a new relationship with you, or they are in another relationship. You're pining after them, but they're not reciprocating. They're not reciprocating in the way that you'd like. Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay. I'm feeling a lot of single people out there trying to get out and date and trying to forget somebody that you wanted to have a relationship with, but for whatever reason, the other person is just not committing in the manner that you'd hope. Okay, we've got an air sign here. Queen of Swords. So this is an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And first of all, let me talk about this person. This is not, a warm, cuddly, cozy type of a person. They're not very emotionally expressive. They could be very emotionally stunted. The conversation can be a little bit more, I want to say it's lighthearted. It's a little bit more fun. But I feel like it's not very emotional in nature. It's like they could tease you, you could tease them, but then when it comes to true communication, like getting to the heart of the matter, getting to them to emotionally open up, it can be very challenging. It doesn't mean that it won't happen, but I feel like they're very cool, calm, and collected. And I feel like, they take a very no nonsense approach to relationship. They're very like black or white, yes or no. I want it all or none at all. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody like this. I feel for many of you, this could be an ex. Okay, so we have here the Three of Swords, which is it's kind of like a relationship that has already ended and you're still dealing with this person. I feel like if it's an ex and you're dealing with this person, you might have children together. The person might be thinking about marriage, remarrying, or they're bringing their new partner into the relationship. So if you have children, you're going to hear about this. And I feel like it's going to rub you the wrong way, of course, because now you're going to have to co-parent with this person and also their new relationship partner. I feel like there is this energy about wanting to get married to this person, or this person possibly thinking about remarrying, and they're going to break this news to you. And then for other people, if you are dealing with this person, if it is currently your romantic love interest, an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, there is an escalation in the commitment level between the two of you. So I feel like you're trying to make things work. You have had a lot of breakthroughs when it comes to your communication. You're kind of figuring out like, they've been kind of cold or distant towards me, but it's not because they don't love me. It's because they're dealing with a lot of things in their own lives and they had to take care of those things. And now they're ready. They're coming back. So I feel like whatever miscommunication, whatever issues you've had in the past with this person, it's going to clear up so that there is more energy, more harmony surrounding your relationship with this person. I feel like you're dealing with an air sign here, and there is a major things happening in their lives. It seems to me like they are a little bit scattered with this energy. They're a little bit scattered. They might not take care of things in a timely manner. They might be more forgetful this month than other times. And I'm also sensing as well that you want to have a relationship with this person, but for whatever reason, circumstances, things happening in their lives, things happening in your life, it's making it difficult for the two of you to have a normal, healthy, stable relationship with each other. I feel like because of that, there's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of excitement, but it just seems to me like it's a little bit difficult. And I feel like it might be circumstantial. You see yourself with this person. You see that it can be very good. You want to make an offer to them, but you're waiting for things to clear up from their end. You yourself could be waiting for financial prosperity to come into the picture before you make a major proposal to this person. And you are also trying to build up your own foundation so that it's solid, so that it's stable, so that you can provide for this person, okay? I want to say if it's exes, I feel like you want to be very careful when dealing with them, err on the side of less. So that means when it's exes and the communication has always been tenuous, really think carefully what you're trying to say before you communicate, because this can be somebody who distorts or bends the truth to his or her will. So it's like they can be a little bit manipulative. They can withhold information. They can be they're like not forthcoming with the truth. So you want to be a little bit careful, okay? So I'm going to pull out one last thing just to see what we need to look at here for you guys. So how do we want to end this reading? What advice do you have here for the Scorpio people? Okay. So in relationships, we have here the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords, this is basically sneaky behavior, lying, cheating, stealing. This is somebody who's not really behaving in a way that is honorable or forthright, okay? So you want to make sure that if this is something that is revealed in the past, in your relationship sector, if someone is not being truthful and honest with you, you're encountering the same energy, which is basically if you've had conversations or arguments about this in the past, it's going to resurface. So I feel like at this point, you're trying to maintain the peace. You're trying to play it cool. You're not trying to let it affect you. But these are ongoing problems, trust issues in the relationship. And, when it comes to trust issues, you will hold on to a lot of resentment. Your partner will also hold on to a lot of resentment. And then the next time these trust issues come up, somebody might say, make a remark that kind of undermines the other person. And then it just escalates and it gets out of control. So this is kind of like a situation